What's good, y'all? Welcome to another video. Honestly, I'm gonna start filming the videos on this channel on the vlog camera because a lot of y'all seem to really like the quality of it and the sound quality is lit. This is actually the DJI 2. I kind of wanted 3, but I told myself if I use this enough and consistently, I'll upgrade. As you guys can tell by the title of today's video, we're gonna answer the most asked question that a lot of you guys have. How are you so confident? How do you not give a fuck about what other people think? So we're gonna stick to 5 things right here, right? First things first, you gotta fake it till you make it. Now, this might sound crazy because it's like, well, if you're faking it till you make it, that means you're not really confident. Absolutely. I feel like I've always been this way, but at the same time, a lot of times it was false confidence. It was conceitedness, right? A lot of people do not understand the difference between conceited and confident. You do not want to be conceited. That's why when Remy Ma came out with that song, I'm like, what school did she go to that they didn't teach her that conceited was a false sense of confidence? It is not confidence, okay? You do not want to be conceited. You want to be confident. You want to be sure of yourself. You want to enter a room with a fucking paper bag on and know you the shit, okay? You don't want to just fake it and be acting like you're something that you ain't. That's not the goal. That is not the objective. The objective is to be confident, right? Now, that goes into point number 2. To be confident, you have to know, love, and accept yourself. That could be an entire video in itself, but I'm just going to keep it really short. You have to know who you are. And that's the problem that a lot of people have. A lot of people do not know who they are. Parents, doctrines, influences, and everything in between have made them think they are someone they are not. They may have lived in a very, very Christian household, but they really don't hold Christian values. They might align better with a folk religion or Judaism or something else, right? But because that's where they were brought up, they're like, you know what? I'm going to wield the Bible, right? Or you have someone that is very self-hating, but it's like they're not really self-hating. It's just that they never been taught to love their natural hair. So now they're just, they just get relaxers and wigs and they cover it up all the time because that's what they were taught. Eventually, you have to get to a point where you're like, what do I like? What is my favorite color? I remember at one point, when I was going through this phase, I think it was like high school to college. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I thought my favorite color was red. I like red, but it's not my favorite color. I had to sit down and think to myself, like, what the fuck is my favorite color? Like, and a lot of y'all might be like, how did you not know what your favorite color is? A lot of people really don't know what their favorite color is. A lot of times it'd be like, excuse me. So what got being boy crazy is another thing. But there would be boys that I talk to and they say their favorite color is red, and all of a sudden my favorite color red. Knowing damn well I don't really care for red like that. Well, I like it, it's a nice color, yeah, but it's not my favorite color. And a lot of people are like that, other outside influences will tell them how to be, right? So they just go with it, not really questioning it. So eventually you're gonna have to sit down with yourself and be like, is this who I am? Is this what I like? Is this what I don't like? Are these people that I'm hanging out with people that I fuck with? Like, do I hate them or not? And when you go through that, this is gonna take years, to be honest. And sometimes it's a developing thing, sometimes it's ongoing. Then you have to love it, okay? Love the fact that you hate all colors and maybe your favorite color is black. Love the fact that, maybe you love relaxers. Love the fact that, you know what? You're a voodooist. You have to love that shit. You have to fall in love with yourself again and again and again. And then you have to accept certain things. And I think this is probably the hardest part. When you start finding out who you are and then you start loving it, there's going to be people out there like, who the fuck you think you is, right? A lot of times they're just jealous, okay? They genuinely are just mad at your life. They're mad at the goals you set. They're mad at you being in the same place and you're going places and they're not. You have to be able to look beside that and not care about other people's opinions and accept it. That's going to go to my next point, but you have to accept that other people are not going to like you. It's very difficult for a lot of people, especially when you're young, but you have to not care about what other people think, or you have to accept that people are not going to give a fuck about you. And that's what I do. I don't let people's opinions stop me from what I'm trying to do or stop me from my goals. People tell me to die all the time. I have 3 freaking YouTube channels. I get hate comments all the time. Not as much as the average YouTuber. However, I do get hate comments. Even though I don't get many, when I do get them, they're fucking brutal. I'm not going to let that stop me from filming. I'm still going to post, still going to make my money, and I still have my goals. You cannot let people's opinion stop you. And of course, that goes into the next one, right? You need to genuinely be sure. Be sure of who you are. Be sure of who you want to be. Be sure of where you're going. There's no use of living a life if you have no goals. There's no use of waking up every day if you don't know what you're waking up for. That's just genuinely what it is. And when you know what you want to do, when you know why you woke up this morning, it helps you establish purpose and it helps you establish confidence. Instead of just waking up thinking you the shit and you just cute and you wear clothes and you doing shit to be validated, it's like it's completely different, right? The next one is establish something that you believe in. This is something interesting, right? I've always been very open to people's belief systems and how people live their lives. I find it very intriguing. From Jewish people to freaking pilgrims back in the day to freaking Amish people current day. Like, I am so fascinated by other people's lives. But I will say what always fascinates me is people that are atheists, because it's like, you don't believe in anything. So like, why are you here? And it's funny because my dad is one of those people. He's one of those people that's going to tell you God don't exist. Y'all believing in nothing, da da da. But I think, like, if you guys have been on my Haitian channel, you already know, right? I think I'm come to the conclusion that I don't think my dad doesn't believe in God. I think he doesn't believe in the Christian God, the white God, so to speak. I think he believes in something. Oh, it's just weird because it's like, how do you live life not believing in anything? If you don't believe in anything, you can't really believe in anything, if that makes sense. I don't know. If you're atheist, comment down below because I'm very curious, right? So this one, very subjective, but you should find something to believe in, even if it's not something religious or spiritual, something like a doctrine, a set of values. Values are very important. And I think that's why this generation is the way it is today. The values are not there. There's nothing really telling these kids how to be. There's nothing, I hate to say it, that the parents, well, it is the parents. A lot of these parents, they're focused on being their kids' friends and making TikToks and, being the cool parent instead of actually parenting their kid and instilling core values. And when you have no core values, when you have no belief system, whether spiritual or just, mundane, it kind of throws you off whack, right? Final. Now, you guys are probably gonna be like, let me see. What do you think the final one is? The final one is having an arrogance about you. Now, this is the thing. I already said, you don't want to be conceited. You want to be confident. But the final step to this is arrogance, in a way. Or maybe that's not the right word. Comment down below. Okay, let me just explain further, right? Most influencers, right? We have this like saying thing, like we have this idea that we all know that we're just a tad bit narcissistic because just in front of a camera for hours, talking to no one, even though you know it's gonna go out to someone, you just gotta be a little bit to sit there, edit yourself, hear yourself speak all day, take pictures of yourself, edit it all day, interact. Like it's interesting, right? And that's why a lot of us are very, very confident. Now, obviously, that's not every influencer, but for a majority of us, we know who we are. Even from the influencers with 500 followers to the ones with 5 million, we know we provide, and we know that our lifestyle is a privilege, and we hold that near and dear to our hearts. In the same breath, we also make sure that everybody else knows that it is a privilege to be in our space. You don't have to be an influencer to understand that. A lot of people don't have any morals and don't instill morals into their kids. They also do not instill self-love, self-respect, or discernment in their children. Like, some things you just have, some things you just don't, some things you have to be taught. One thing I realized as I started getting older, because I used to be that person, I was friends with any and everyone, right? I still am, but at the same time, I don't allow everyone into my space, into my mind, and into my business. I'm very selective with who I let into my space because energy is real and transferable. You don't want to just be going around to any event. You don't want to just be going around making friends with any and everyone. You want to respect everyone. You want to be kind. You have to be nice. You don't have to be buddy-buddy. You don't got to go to these parties. Your energy is sacred. You have to protect it. You have to be arrogant enough. And that's why I'm like, I don't know if I'm using the right word, but you have to be, I feel like the average person would say it's stuck up, because I've gotten that a lot. Oh, you stuck up, you arrogant. It's, no, not everyone deserves the privilege of getting to know me. Not everyone deserves access to my time, because when I fuck with you, I fuck with you. You call me at 2 a.m., I'm coming. You say your mom, your dad needs something, you can't do it, I'm gonna do it. Not everyone deserves that type of access to you. And I feel like when you're constantly pulling yourself in different directions, doing everything for everyone all the time, eventually you lose yourself. And losing yourself is what's going to deplete your confidence. Anyway, hope I brought that all together full circle. I hope I didn't have to hop in here too much, because I feel like there's some things that I'm missing out on this, but I feel like these are like the 5 core that I follow in regards to, or followed in regards to being more confident. Like, you gotta really be able to like not give a fuck about people. That's literally like the main one. And once you train yourself to do that and you start finding out who you are, you accept it, you love it, things will become easier. I hope this video helped you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for being here. Most importantly, thank you guys so much for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it more than anything. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, it's right here on the screen. Stop being stupid. Okay? Thank you again for always being here. Join the Patreon, join the free Discord. Everything you need is going to be linked down below. That being said, I'm going to see y'all next time. Bye!